so good. We'll have the Holland closure heading towards New Jersey in a little while. We do have delays on the northbound FDR from about 20th Street up to the 34th Street area. Eastbound, westbound BQE delays over by Atlantic Avenue, and the westbound delays continue on the Belt Parkway heading towards Cross Bay Boulevard and Resorts Casino with the long-term roadwork there passing JFK Airport. Eastbound delays on the LIE over by Utopia Parkway. More delays on the westbound Grand Central Parkway heading up towards the U.S. Open area, so you could be getting some volume there. And in the eastbound LIE in Nassau County, you do have roadwork right around Glen Cove Road. Traffic and transit on the ones and breaking traffic alerts whenever they happen. Andre Ferro, 1010 wins on 92.3 FM.
On to the weather 4-day forecast with meteorologist Brian Thompson.
With a clear to partly cloudy sky tonight, we're down to 71 for an overnight low. It's going to be a high and humid day for tomorrow. Clouds and sun. We will have to watch for heavy thunderstorm and spots during the afternoon tomorrow as a cold front drops down from the north. But out ahead of that front, we'll see a high of 93. And AccuWeather real field temperatures will be approaching 100 in the afternoon due to that increasing humidity. Partly cloudy tomorrow night with a thunderstorm around, any of which could still be strong and gusty, a low of 69. Much cooler and less humid for Thursday, mostly cloudy with a shower in spots mainly south of the city. High temperature Thursday 76, and partly sunny heading into the day on Friday, high 77. I'm AccuWeather meteorologist Brian Thompson on New York's weather station 1010 wins on 92.3 FM.
This is a Kings Island Gold Pass is your ticket to unlimited visits this year and all through 2025. Make the park your own with access to 2 years of tricks and treats, Halloween Haunt, and Winterfest. Plus an expanded Soak City featuring the all-new dual racing water coaster River Racers coming in 2025. All for our lowest price of the season. Just 10 payments of $9 after initial payment plus applicable taxes and fees. Hurry, price goes up September 3rd. Get your Gold Pass at visitkingsisland.com.
Baseball season is heating up. Odyssey has you covered with the most entertaining coverage of your team. Stay locked in and in the know with the local voices you trust. Stream your favorite shows for free on the Odyssey app, Odyssey.com, or on your smart speaker.
Hey Yankees fans, come out to Yankee Stadium on Friday, August 30th, when the Yankees host the St. Louis Cardinals, and be ready to receive a brand new Yankees promotional giveaway. It's Aaron Judge football jersey night. The first 18,000 guests will receive an Aaron Judge football jersey. For tickets, log on to Yankees.com/tickets. Again, don't miss the Yankees and Cardinals for Aaron Judge football jersey night on Friday, August 30th. Visit Yankees.com/tickets today.
Wednesday news time 10:34. Humans to the rescue for a shark in need. Some quick thinking. Beachgoers, Rockaways helped a shark back into the ocean after it washed ashore yesterday. Zoe Berger took the video of two men helping the beached shark guiding it back. It was a thresher shark, by the way, back to sea. But on the flip side of the shark story, at the same time at a beach in South Jersey, a man was bitten in a possum shark attack. Now an update to a story we've been following here on 10 Wins. In Bed-Stuy, makeshift Goldfish Pond is gone, destroyed overnight. It was a makeshift street aquarium at Tompkins Avenue, Hancock Street. No more. Now some are wondering, why would somebody do that?
Overnight, a makeshift Bed-Stuy pond was destroyed.
Now, what they put in this water, I'm not clear. It looked like they dumped like dirt or something in it.
Days ago at 305 Hancock Street lied a pond created by a leaky hydrant filled with goldfish shells and what Lawrence calls
unity in the community, because some of these people you would have never met maybe off the street, but it's drawn everybody together to spark up conversation.
Residents are aware of the controversy the aquarium has sparked, and Taisha thinks the person responsible is right under their nose.
More than likely, they live right here, and they probably watching and he-heing and ha-ha because they think that was cute.
Neighbors say surveillance cameras in front of the building are broken and did not capture the wreckage. Amanda Alexander, 1010 Wins on 92.3 FM in Bed-Stuy.
Some organizers had even launched a GoFundMe page for a more sustainable habitat. Plans are now to give the fish to kids in the neighborhood. A different sort of wildlife story, wedding bells of sorts in Central Park after a lone wolf, still a lone coyote, apparently met his romantic match after 4 years of bachelorhood. Wildlife observers say the solo coyote's now being seen with a companion that arrived from parts unknown. The Gotham Coyote Project says the female was first spotted last year. Spotters say coyote territory has been expanding in the city for more than 20 years via Westchester. So far, no signs of little coyotes. Is U.S. tennis in a pickle over pickle ball.
The nation's fastest growing racket sport or sport of any kind is pickleball, which has seen participation boom 223% in the past 3 years. USTA President Brian Hainline says he plays tennis on public courts and, quote, quite frankly, it's obnoxious to hear that pickleball noise. The rackets hitting the ball do make a distinctive sound. Now USTA is flipping the switch on pickleball, launching more than 400 pilot programs across the country to broaden the reach of an easier-to-play, smaller court version of tennis called red ball tennis. Julie Walker, New York.
1010 Wins Entertainment is next.
Calling all IT adventurers. Hunt for an ancient secret in this new text-based game from Eaton. Choose your path. Decide your fate. Can you escape the server room of doom? Play now at eaton.com/doom.
Fantasy freaks and geeks, what's cracking? It's your boy James Coe, back with my brand new project, the Sleeper King Football Podcast. Look, I get it, okay? There's a lot of fantasy pods out there, but we're going to keep this one light, 15 to 20 minutes, 4 to 5 times a week, and man, we are going to pack it with all the info you need. Season-long, weekly projections, and of course, sleepers. Follow and listen to the Sleeper King Football Podcast on the free Odyssey app or wherever you get your podcasts.
1010 Wins Entertainment. Not caught stealing in real life, but THR says Bad Bunny joins Zoe Kravitz, Austin Butler, and Darren Aronofsky. Caught stealing, movie based on Charlie Houston's novel of the same name. Broadway's reworked Romeo and Juliet, starring Rachel Ziegler and Kit Connor, featuring music by Jack Antonoff, has already extended its run before it's even open. Previews begin September 26th at Circle in the Square Theater. The production now playing through February 16th due to high ticket demand. Hosier says it breaks his heart to do this, but he's postponing a pair of shows in Montana and Wyoming due to the blues, posting a note to that effect, saying he's time to rest and recuperate without giving additional details.
OBGYN Associates has joined the TriHealth family to give you the very best in women's health care through every stage of your life. They've been serving women in this community for decades, and now, as part of the TriHealth family, they'll have access to Bethesda North Hospital, named one of the nation's best maternity hospitals by U.S. News and World Report. The best women's care in Cincinnati just keeps getting better. Learn more at trihealth.com/OBGYN Associates.
A Kings Island Gold Pass is your ticket to unlimited visits this year and all 25. Make the park your own with access to tricks and treats, Halloween Haunt, and Winterfest. Plus an expanded Soak City featuring the all-new dual racing water coaster River Racers coming in 2025. All our lowest price this season. Just $10 after applicable taxes and fees. Hurry, price goes up September 3rd. Get your Gold Pass at visitkingsisland.com.
We want to welcome WCBS News Radio 880 listeners to 1010 Wins on 92.3 FM.
The News Watch never stops. This is 1010 Wins at 92.3 FM. You give us 22 minutes, we'll give you the world.
Good evening, 75 degrees, cloudy skies at 10:40. I'm Mario Bosquez. Here's what's happening. Special counsel sharpens his legal pencil, resubmits a tighter indictment on the former president. 2 former Democrats now backing Trump, joining his transition team. Will kids getting back to class be able to have their phones with them? A watery close call for a man and his dog in Patchogue. Port Authority outlining some service changes you need to know about during this long Labor Day weekend. AccuWeather heat advisory starts tomorrow morning, 11 a.m. to 8 p.m. tomorrow for the city and other parts of our area. Yankees lose to the Nationals 4-2. The Mets, well, bottom of the 4th. Pin back zip. Mets 2 leading there. We'll keep you posted. Was Houston 1041 traffic and transit. Andre Farrow.
And let's go Mets. If you're traveling over the Whitestone Bridge right now, this is Bronx bound. Here's what you need to know about the bridges and tunnels. We have roadwork slowing you down on the Bronx side over by the Bruckner Interchange. I sat in that not too long ago, and I was listening to 1010 Wins. Jeff Jensen, he told me, avoid that area, and sure enough, I got stuck right in there. And that's what's going on. It's road work. It's very narrow right by the Bruckner interchange as you travel on the Hutch. So you're going to be dealing with delays heading down towards the Whitestone Bridge in the Bronx, and then obviously heading towards the Bronx on the Whitestone Bridge. You have a delay that starts around mid-span. Do yourself a favor. Go with the Throgs Neck Bridge. It's wide open right now. Inbound George is about 15 minutes. They do have the cones down now. Upper level inbound, 3 lanes are knocked out. Plus the southbound Palisades ramp is closed. Westbound Cross Bronx, you're slow by Webster Avenue. More road work in the Bronx slowing you down. Southbound by Connor Street. You have delays that go back to Pelham. Nassau County, you're slow. Eastbound LIE due to road work right around the area of Roslyn Road and Glen Cove Road. Westbound Belt is tightening in Queens, right before the Brooklyn border as you pass Cross Bay Boulevard. Delays that go back to JFK. And there's road work on Mackie Rob State over by Cypress Avenue. Eastbound, northbound FDR, street-related delays there. Go West Side Highway or go to local avenues. Due to the average early disabled vehicle heading towards Staten Island, that is all gone. Next report, 10:51. Andre Ferro, 1010 Wins on 92.3 FM.
Narrowing the legal focus on the former president, sharpening tactics after the Supreme Court action.
Special counsel Jack Smith has filed a new indictment against Donald Trump over his bid to undo the 2020 presidential election. The indictment keeps the same criminal charges against Trump, but narrows the allegations against him, removing references to Trump's interactions with the Justice Department. The Supreme Court said last month that Trump is entitled to immunity for that conduct. Still, the indictment keeps the allegations that Trump tried to pressure then Vice President Mike Pence to refuse to certify the electoral vote count. Chief Justice John Roberts wrote last month the interactions between the two men amounted to official conduct, for which Trump is at least presumptively immune from prosecution. Sagar Magani, Washington.
The superseding indictment, as it's known, which was presented to a new grand jury that had not previously heard evidence in the case. Prosecutors say they don't oppose waiving Trump's appearance at an arraignment on the new charging document. No word yet on a timeline. Wednesday News Time 10:44. Meantime, 2 former Democrats now backing Donald Trump are getting aboard.
In an interview with Tucker Carlson on social media, Robert F. Kennedy Jr. said he's formally joining Donald Trump's transition team.
To help pick the people who will be running the government.
Also joining former Democratic Congresswoman Tulsi Gabbard, who has now also endorsed Trump. It's not quite clear what roles the pair will have, but in signing on to the transition effort, Gabbard and Kennedy will join Trump's sons, Don Jr. and Eric, running mate J.D. Vance, major Trump campaign donors. Stephen Portnoy, ABC News, Washington.
Also in the campaign front, Donald Trump says they've, quote, reached an agreement on taking part in the September 10th debate against Kamala Harris, making an announcement on the Truth Social platform, adding there will be the same rules as a CNN debate, which 1010 Wins will carry live. At the same time, Harris and her running mate are slated to sit down with CNN for an exclusive first joint interview 9 p.m. Thursday. And in his third solo visit to Michigan, Republican vice presidential candidate J.D. Vance today accused Harris of being, as he put it, a disaster when it comes to the nation's economy. Here at home, with the approaching election in mind, the Great White Way is being affected amid word that some Broadway shows are going dark on Election Day, some shows performing Monday instead, the usual Broadway day off, same as in the 2016 presidential election. As students get ready to return to class, city officials are still debating a phone policy.
Mayor Adams says there are plans to have a phone policy in place when school begins next week.
There will be some action in the upcoming school year, but the extent of a full ban, we're not there yet.
There are plenty of stakeholders weighing in, teachers, administrators.
A lot of parents are concerned about not being able to be in contact with their children, especially after 9/11.
He says even though L.A. instituted a full ban, L.A. is not New York. Juliet Papa, 1010 Wins on 92.3 FM.
Early morning headaches on the George Washington Bridge, along with other times of the day. So what is going on?
The construction on the upper level creating delays over 90 minutes at one point. Traffic in 8095 stretching back miles into Teaneck. But it's those who are cutting through Fort Lee that has Mayor Mark Sokolich concerned.
You would think at 3 o'clock in the morning on a Monday evening or a Tuesday evening it wouldn't be that bad, but it was very, very bad because I heard it last night when my phone was ringing off the hook.
And he's worried about emergencies and how all of this traffic could impact police cars and ambulances. Livery driver named Eddie is just trying to cope.
Got no choice.
You just have to be patient. Some days are good, some days are bad.
But this one was a real bad one this morning. I mean,
yeah, it's bad.
As to the upper-level construction schedule, we've reached out to the Port Authority. Glenn Schuck, 1010 Wins, 92.3 FM in Fort Lee.
A Kings Island Gold Pass is your ticket to unlimited visits this year and all through 2025. Make the park your own with access to 2 years of trick and treats, Halloween Haunt, and Winterfest. Plus an expanded Soak City featuring the all-new dual racing water coaster River Racers coming in 2025. All for our lowest price of the season. Just 10 payments of $9 after initial payment plus applicable taxes and fees. Hurry, price goes up September 3rd. Get your Gold Pass at visitkingsisland.com.
Baseball is in full swing. NBA playoffs are heating up, and your NFL team is gearing up for training camp. Listen to the latest on the teams you love here on the Odyssey app. The biggest sports radio stations in the country, providing unrivaled local coverage of their teams, all in one place. Exclusive interviews with players, coaches, and team executives, streaming live and always available on demand. Stay in the know with your favorite teams right here on the Odyssey app.
Personal injury should equal personal attention. That's what you get at Spector & Associates Serious Injury Law Firm. They understand accidents and represent people who have been seriously injured. Spector & Associates is based in New York and will help. Injured? Call them first. 800-318-8888. Spector & Associates has recovered hundreds of millions of dollars for their clients. Have you been involved in any kind of accident? Visit their website, crashinjury.com, or call 800-318-8888. The attorneys at Spector & Associates are fierce, getting you the money you deserve. Call them first, 800-318-8888, at 800-318-8888, or visit their website, crashinjury.com.
Spector and Associates, your serious injury lawyers. 800-318-8888.
75 degrees.
Our lives aren't like they used to be. They're busier. Early morning Zooms, grabbing coffee to make that in-office meeting, getting to your kid's soccer game on time. Life is different, and so is advertising. To reach any audience, you need your message out there in all media, broadcast to streaming, on screens, and right to the ears of your customers. And that's what we do at Odyssey. Let's build a media campaign that targets the customers you know and want to reach more of, right here in our community. Advertise with Odyssey. Visit ads.odyssey.com.
Wednesday's time, 10:49. City opening up a month-long competitive bidding process to try to redesign an 11-block stretch of Park Avenue.
The plan is to put the park back in Park Avenue. City Department of Transportation Commissioner Idanis Rodriguez.
In our new vision of Park Avenue will host more space for pedestrians and additional capacity for seating, art.
The idea gained momentum during the pandemic. City Councilman Keith Powers represents the Upper East Side.
We saw ideas ranging from mini golf to a shark tank, a literal shark tank, not the TV show.
City officials say the redesign could be done above ground as the MTA works on repairs below ground on a shed that stretches from East 46th to East 57th Streets. Marla Diamond, 1010 Wins on 92.3 FM.
A watery close call for a man and his dog in Patchogue today around 3:30 in the morning, needing rescue by the Suffolk County Police Marine Bureau. Officials say 20-year-old Ethan Braco of Holbrook was crabbing at the Mascot Dock and Marina when his 2-year-old pit bull Brina decided to jump in the water. Went in to save her, but then couldn't get out. Marine Bureau officers Kyle Profit, Tyler Minkowski-Hassett responded to a 911 call, reporting the pair in the water and rescued both. No injuries were reported. Police on Long Island, too, made a first arrest under the new face mask law.
Nassau County police say they responded to reports of a suspicious person wearing black clothing and a black ski mask that covered his face for his eyes. They say the 18-year-old also had a 14-inch knife in his waistband. The Mask Transparency Act was approved by the county's Republican-controlled legislature in response to anti-Semitic incidents. Face mask is a misdemeanor punishable up to a year in jail. It exempts people who wear masks for health or religious purposes.
Matt Piper, suspect identified as 18-year-old Wesleyan Omar Ramirez Castillo of Hicksville. News time 10:51, traffic and transit with Andre Farrow.
And here's what you need to know about the bridges and tunnels. Upper level inbound George, 3 lanes knocked out. You have about a 20-minute delay. The southbound Palisades ramp is closed, so you have to use Hudson Terrace. Not yet on the outbound side. It looks like they might be dropping the cones. We'll keep abreast of the situation. We're looking at least a 15-minute delay as it is. Heading towards New Jersey side, westbound West Bronx over by Webster Avenue. You're dealing with these there. The West Bridge did span towards the Bronx. You do have delay there because of the road work over by the Bruckner interchange. There's some southbound Hutch delays approaching that area as well. You want the solution? The solution would be the Triborough Bridge or even the Throgs Neck to get around those. The westbound delays over by Grand Central Parkway near Steinway Street have cleared for the most part. There are FDR delays southbound right around 72nd Street and northbound right around 23rd Street. Go local avenues. That's road work slowing you down there. Lincoln Tunnel, the center tube is closed, but you're doing okay in and out, and the Holland Tunnel looks good as well. Westbound delays, those are building in Queens, approaching the Belt Parkway, I should say over by Cross Bay Boulevard, heading west on the Belt, passing JFK and the Van Wyck. That's road work slowing you down. The eastbound LIE over by Roslyn Road and heading towards Glen Cove Road, seeing delays there due to road work. This report was sponsored by Paramus Chevrolet. Together, let's drive at Paramus Chevrolet. Let's lease a new 2024 Chevy Equinox 4D wagon for just $297 a month for 36 months. If you're buying, enjoy 1.9% APR financing for well-qualified buyers. Visit ParamusChevrolet.com today. Next report, 11:01. Andre Farrow, 1010 wins on 92.3 FM.
On to the AccuWeather 4-day forecast with meteorologist Brian Thompson.
With a clear to partly cloudy sky tonight, we'll see a low down to around 71 degrees, but we are going to see a brief surge of heat and humidity heading into tomorrow. A heat advisory is in effect from late in the morning into the early evening hours for the city, northern Nassau County, lower Hudson Valley, and much of North Jersey. We're looking for a high on average about 93, and with that increased humidity, AccuWeather real field temperatures will be approaching 100 in the afternoon. Now, as a cold front approaches, we could see a heavy gusty thunderstorm later tomorrow into tomorrow night. Otherwise, partly cloudy, a low of 69 tomorrow night. And then behind that front, mostly cloudy Thursday, much cooler and less humid. Maybe a shower in spots, especially south of the city, high 76. Partly sunny Friday, high 77. AccuWeather meteorologist Brian Thompson on New York's weather station. 1010 wins on 92.3 FM.
Wins news time 10:53.
Now for Bidenomics.
A follow-up to a story we've been covering on 1010 Wins. Mayor Adams commenting today and offering $1,000 of his own money as a reward to the arrest of a runaway driver in Washington Heights involving a fatal early morning one-way crash on the Henry Hudson. Killed a man who had plans to marry a day later, 38-year-old Mark Kirk Walker. The truck driver fled the scene, the mayor addressing the grieving family.
They want to do some sort of ceremony there at the site, and we're going to do everything we can to coordinate. Number one, to bring closure, to apprehend the person, and number two, to allow them to go and have some form of closure at the site where the incident took place.
From addition to today's media availability, the Port Authority outlining service changes for the Labor Day weekend.
There's no better way to kick off the start of September than with holiday traffic. Here's Port Authority Chief Operating Officer Jim Heitman.
We're projecting record high numbers of travelers using Port Authority facilities this Labor Day weekend.
He says nearly 4 million vehicles will be using their crossings this weekend and 2.5 million passengers will be flying. So if you're thinking about picking up a loved one from the airport, Heitman says it's best you pre-book your garage parking or use Kiss and Ride services at JFK. Otherwise,
if you're driving to the airport, don't.
He also says using Path services might be your best option if you're staying local. Amanda Alexander, 1010 wins on 92.3 FM at the Oculus.
At Uline. A Kings Island Gold Pass is your ticket to unlimited visits this year and all through 2025. Make the your own. Access 2 years of tricks and treats, Halloween haunt, and Winterfest, plus an expanded SoC featuring the all-new dual racing water coaster racers coming in 2025. All for our lowest price of the season. Just 10 payments of $9 after initial payment plus applicable taxes and fees. Hurry, price goes up September 3rd. Get your Gold Pass at visitkingsisland.com.
Did you know your skin is the largest organ of your body? Huh? That's why you should shower with Old Spice Super Hydration Body Wash instead of plain old bar soap. Love your skin by super hydrating it with vitamin B3 and glorious notes of vanilla and shea. Did you know that my super hydrated skin is the second largest organ of my body? The first is my heart. Old Spice. Men have skin too. Old Spice Super Hydration Body Wash. 24/7 renewing moisture. With daily use.
Wednesday's time, 10:56 now. Bloomberg Money Watch.
The Boy Scouts of America will sell off its 321-piece art collection, including several Norman Rockwell paintings. The Wall Street Journal reports the sale is to raise money to compensate sex abuse survivors as part of a bankruptcy settlement. The auction is set to take place in November. There'll be a preview in New York prior to the auction. Reports say there will be other artwork sales after that, including 3 works by Walt Disney. It took until the very final moments of trading today, but traders squeezed out a new record close for the Dow with a gain of just 10 points or 0.02%. The Nasdaq and the S&P both gained 0.16%, 9 points for the S&P, 29 for the Nasdaq, respectively. Investors are waiting to see if AI microchip maker NVIDIA's books due out after trading Wednesday to get a sense of direction and to see if the big investments in artificial intelligence are paying off. Bloomberg Money Watch at 26 and 56 past every hour. I'm Scott Carr for 1010 Wins on 92.
From Friday night football to the county fair, from picnics in the park to hometown parades, from big cities to small towns, we are proud to serve our communities. Last year, we volunteered 19,000 hours and donated $5 million to local charities. Because lending a hand to a neighbor and investing in the people and places around us is the right thing to do. We are Park National Bank, and we are proud to serve you.
Member FDIC.
Fantasy freaks and geeks, what's cracking? It's your boy James Coe back with my brand new project, the Sleeper King Football Podcast. Look, I get it, okay? There's a lot of fantasy pods out there, but we're going to keep this one light, 15 to 20 minutes, 4 to 5 times a week, and man, we are going to pack it with all the info you need. Season long, weekly projections, and of course, sleepers. Follow and listen to the Sleeper King Football Podcast on the free Odyssey app or wherever you get your podcasts.
Free, protecting our city, committed to our country. Our Congresswoman Nicole Malliotakis, whether she's in New York or Washington, Congresswoman Malliotakis is dedicated to delivering results for Brooklyn and Staten Island. Malliotakis voted for spending caps and pro-growth reforms that created the biggest spending reduction in American history, saving taxpayers trillions. And Congresswoman Malliotakis is fighting to create a safer nation by securing more than $8 million for our NYPD, pushing to secure our border and putting the needs of American citizens first. Congresswoman Malliotakis has resolved nearly 20,000 constituent cases, returned more than $55 million to taxpayers, and has stood tall to defend our principles and community values. Congresswoman Nicole Malliotakis, building our future, protecting our freedom. For more information, visit malliotakis.house.gov to learn how Nicole Malliotakis is working for you in Congress.
Paid for with official funds from the Office of Congresswoman Nicole Malliotakis.
WINS FM in HD1 New York. Always live on the free Odyssey app.
Checking out AccuWeather, there will be a heat advisory from 11 in the morning to 8 tomorrow night for the city, northern Nassau County, lower Hudson Valley, much of North Jersey. Clear to partly cloudy 71, then up to 93 tomorrow. Keep it here for the latest from AccuWeather. 75 right now. More people get their news from 1010 Wins and from any other radio station in the nation. John Davis, our service aide. Sweetina Kakar, editor's desk. I'm Mario Bosquez.
All news, all the time. This is 1010 Wins at 92.3 FM, New York.
75 degrees, mostly clear at 11 o'clock. Good evening, I'm Lane Pijardi. Here's what's happening. Donald Trump faces a new indictment in the January 6th election interference case in D.C. designed to better withstand Supreme Court scrutiny. A lawsuit against the NYPD for its handling of George Floyd protests in the summer of 2020 has revealed text messages between officers who responded to a protest in Mont Haven. City council members grill Randy Mastro for hours. Mayor Adams appointed the former Giuliani administration official to head the city's legal department, but they get to vote on it. A wake continued tonight and finished up in Patterson for Congressman Bill Pascrell ahead of his funeral in the morning. There's a move afoot to put the park back on Park Avenue, expanding green space and pedestrian safety. Sports, Yankees lose to the Nationals 4-2. The Mets out in Arizona, now leading the Diamondbacks by a score of 5-0 in the top of the fifth. AccuWeather says clear to partly cloudy tonight, low 71, pretty comfortable.
Not going to be comfortable tomorrow, though, when a heat advisory kicks in the morning. Chance of more thunderstorms in the forecast, too. Details in 1 minute. Winds News Time 11:01, traffic and transit with Andre Ferro.
And here's what you need to know about the bridges and tunnels. If you're using the inbound George Washington Bridge, they knocked out 3 lanes for the overnight. And the delays are out there. You're going to need at least 25 minutes at least. Southbound Palisades ramp is also closed. You have to go to Hudson Terrace. Westbound Cross Bronx is slow from the Sheridan to the Alex. So you're going to need some time there, and it's even slow underneath the apartments as well. If you're using the northbound Harlem River Drive, just north of the Macomb Dam Bridge, you have delays there due to road work. More northbound Deegan delays over by the 3rd Avenue Bridge. But Whitestone's a tough go of it right now. The struggle is real trying to get into the Bronx because of the road work over by the Bruckner Interchange. The Throgs Neck would do you better. We do have delays on the southbound side of 95 approaching Connor Street. That is road work related. And delays in Connecticut, the long-term stuff there, right around exit 3 in the northbound direction and exit 2 as you travel southbound, right around that Delavon Avenue and Arch Street area. Now, if you're using the eastbound LIE, that is busy over by Glen Cove Road and Roslyn Road. That's all due to road work. And the westbound road work at Belt Parkway feeds across Bay Boulevard, slowing you down. Look out for a crash now on the westbound side of the Grand Central Parkway, right around 180th Street, so right around St. John's University. You have delays in both directions. Next report, 11:11. Andre Ferro, 10-10 wins on 92.3 FM.
Top stories in a moment, but first let's check in with AccuWeather meteorologist Brian Thompson.
We are going to see a brief surge of heat and humidity as we head into the day for tomorrow. We're going to see temperatures get up to around 93 for an afternoon high. AccuWeather real field temperatures will be approaching 100 degrees during the afternoon due to the increasing humidity. Now, there will be a cold front approaching from the north. That will bring the threat for a heavy gusty thunderstorm tomorrow afternoon into tomorrow night. And then once that front is through, we're going to see some much cooler air move back in. By Thursday and Friday, the humidity will drop and high temperatures will be back into the 70s again.
Logging into 1010 Wins for frequent AccuWeather updates. There's a new indictment against Donald Trump in the federal January 6th case.